Hello, my name is Brian Klingenpeel and I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. We at Roanoke County Fire and Rescue are celebrating our 35-year anniversary this month in July, and we have been introducing you to some of the folks who are still with us, who have been with us all those 35 years. Last month we talked to Captain Unroe, and this month we're talking to Battalion Chief Bill Duff. Bill, thanks so much for being with us today.
You're welcome.
So one of the things I want to ask you first, Chief Duff, is what got you into the fire and EMS profession?
Something I always wanted to do, but in the early 70s, a TV show called Emergency came on. And that introduced the world to paramedicine and to fire-based EMS. So that is really what brought me to this profession. Okay.
Very interesting that Captain Unroe mentioned the same thing last month.
Yes.
So that TV show must have been quite influential on a lot of people.
Yes, and it'll be celebrating its 50th anniversary in February of 22.
Awesome. Awesome. What brought you specifically to Roanoke County?
I've always lived in Roanoke County, grew up in Roanoke County, volunteered in Roanoke County, and then Roanoke County at the time was the only one in the valley that did fire-based EMS. Roanoke City had just started with a supplemental service. Salem was strictly volunteer on the rescue side, and the closest fire-based EMS to Roanoke was Lynchburg.
Okay, all right. What's your favorite thing about what you do today?
Just not knowing what's coming next and sort of helping people, being out there to serve the public.
Okay. We're here at our Mount Pleasant station this month, which is our Station 6, and you were telling me that this was your very first station assignment. So tell me a little bit about what that was like when you were first assigned here, what you did, what the equipment was like, some of those kinds of things.
So when the county hired the first 6 paramedics in March of '86, the original plan was to put 3 at 3 at Fort Lewis and 3 at Hollins.
Okay.
And then there were some other situations that rose, so they broke it into 2 at Fort Lewis, 2 at Hollins, and 2 here at Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
So at the time we came in, we worked split shifts, so one medic worked 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The other medic worked 9 to 5, and then there was an 8 to 4 firefighter.
Okay.
That was here. And so it was uncharted territory for us. And after about 5 or 6 months, they ended up moving the EMS personnel to Clearbrook Station.
Okay, all right. I know you mentioned a few minutes ago when we came in too that this ambulance was a lot bigger than what you used to have. Tell us a little bit about what your ambulance was like 35 years ago.
Well, when we came here, we had a box ambulance similar to this, but it was 2-wheel drive, smaller. It had a van ambulance and then an old Chevrolet Suburban that had been retrofitted into an ambulance. And then there was a bread type panel truck that was a squad.
Okay, all right. So with what you were mentioning there with that staffing model, were there times when there was just one person here, or was the firefighter able to cover and be your driver?
No, there was times when we rely mainly on the volunteers. The firefighter was here for the fire truck, and the volunteer fire chief worked across the street in his garage. He came over and drove the fire truck for the firefighter.
Okay, all right. And so as a paramedic, who drove for you?
If my partner was not here, if it was that by yourself time,
yep,
then we had to wait for a volunteer to come in to drive for us.
I got you. I got you.
And this was all, you know, beginning staffing. So it was all about budgets and what the county could afford and trying to cover the needs with what the budget would allow.
Right.
Kind of like today.
Yeah, yeah. But we've come a long way.
We've come from, less than 40 to close to 200.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for joining us today, Chief Duff. We really, really appreciate it. And we really appreciate your 35 years of service to the citizens of Roanoke County.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity.
You bet. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more about Roanoke County Fire and Rescue, you can find us on the web at roanokecountyva.gov/fire-rescue, or you can call me directly at 540-777-8718.